You're awake. Good. Now hold on. Before you open Instagram, before you start doom scrolling on TikTok, before you let that screen pull you into somebody else's life, I need to ask you something. What are you building? No, listen, not what are you thinking about building, not what you keep talking about, not what sounds good when you get frustrated. I'm asking you, what are you building right now, today, this morning? Because if you don't have an answer, that's not random, that's not harmless, that's not just life getting busy. That's the problem, and you know it. You hit that alarm this morning, maybe one time, maybe two, maybe three. And every time you hit snooze, you told yourself the same little lie, 5 more minutes. But come on, you know it wasn't about 5 minutes. It was about what came after it. That job, that routine, that same feeling you get in your chest every morning. Like, here we go again. You don't say that part out loud, but you feel it. That alarm wasn't just waking you up, it was reminding you that you're about to go give another day to a life you keep saying you don't want. And that version of you, the one you keep promising is coming, somehow, he still ain't here. That's the part that hurts. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care. It hurts because you know better. You know you're capable of more. But you keep making deals with comfort. And every time you do, comfort wins. I'm here to tell you the truth. The kind of truth I wish somebody told me when I was 30, when I was 40, mad at the job, mad at the bills, mad at everybody except the person in the mirror. And that's the part people don't want to deal with, because it's easier to blame the job. It's easier to blame the bills. It's easier to blame the people around you. But at some point, you got to look at yourself and say, what am I doing with the time I keep saying I don't have? Because the truth is this, you already quit in your head. That job you're about to drive to, you quit that 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, maybe longer. You just kept showing up because the bills kept showing up. But your effort, your pride, your fire, that left a long time ago. And I'm not saying that to shame you. I'm saying that to wake you up. Because freedom is not a feeling. Freedom is not a mood. Freedom is not a quote you save at 2 a.m, then forget by lunch. Freedom is built, dollar by dollar, habit by habit, decision by decision. And that's where grown people separate themselves. Because grown people don't just dream about leaving. They prepare for it. They look at the money. They look at the calendar. They look at the habits. They look at the mess. And they say, all right, this is where I am. Now, what am I going to do about it? That's the question. Not who hurt you. Not who overlooked you. Not who didn't support you. Not what should have happened by now. What are you going to do about it? Because at some point, you got to stop explaining why you're stuck and start proving you want out. So before you spend another dollar today, ask yourself something. Is this helping me leave or helping me stay? That food order, that subscription, that late night purchase, that little swipe you keep justifying because you had a hard week. Is it helping you leave or helping you stay? And I'm not saying you can't enjoy your life. Don't twist what I'm saying. I'm saying stop buying comfort with money your future needed. Because every dollar has a job. Either it is building your escape or it is decorating your cage. And some of y'all have decorated the cage real nice. You got the subscriptions, you got the delivery apps, you got the clothes, You got the little things that make the pain feel quiet for a few minutes. But when that quiet wears off, you're still there. Same job, same stress, same complaint, same Sunday night feeling sitting in your chest. That's not freedom. That's a payment plan for frustration. So rule number 3 is this: give your money a mission. Not a wish, not a vibe, not a one day I'm gonna get serious. A mission. This much goes to bills. This much goes to savings. This much goes to learning. This much goes to building. And this much is for breathing room. Because discipline is not punishment. Discipline is direction. And when your money has direction, your life starts getting direction. That's how you stop feeling trapped. Not all at once, not overnight, but little by little, you start proving to yourself that you are not as powerless as you thought. And that proof matters because confidence does not come from talking. Confidence comes from evidence. Evidence that you saved when you wanted to spend. Evidence that you built when you wanted to scroll. Evidence that you showed up when the old you would have made an excuse. That's how you become dangerous. Not loud, not emotional, not reckless. Dangerous because now you keep your word to yourself. Now, before you do anything else today, ask yourself one question. And don't answer with what sounds good. Don't answer with what makes you feel better. Don't answer with the version you would tell somebody else. Answer with the truth. What did I do yesterday to move closer to my exit? Not what did I think about. Not what did I talk about. Not what did I save on Instagram. Not what video inspired me for 10 minutes. What did I actually do? Did you save anything? Did you learn anything? Did you build anything? Did you cut anything wasting your time? Did you cut anything wasting your money? Did you write the idea down? Did you send the email? Did you practice the skill? Did you make the call? See, this is where the truth gets uncomfortable because most people don't have an answer. They got a feeling. They got frustration. They got a dream. They got a complaint, but they don't have proof. And proof is what separates people who want change from people who just like the idea of change. Now listen, if the answer is nothing, I'm not here to beat you down, but I am here to tell you, today cannot look like yesterday. If yesterday was nothing, then today needs to be something. One saved dollar, one written page, 1 hour of practice, one lesson watched with your phone on silent, one email sent, one room clean, one plan written, one excuse cut off before it opens its mouth. That is how you take your life back. Not with one big emotional decision, not with some dramatic announcement, not with a post telling everybody you're locked in. You take your life back, one kept promise at a time. And I know that sounds small. Good. Small is where the real work starts. Because big dreams don't scare people. Small discipline does. Everybody can talk big. Everybody can dream big. Everybody can say, oh, one day I'm gonna do it. But can you do one small thing when nobody is watching? Can you do it tired? Can you do it frustrated? Can you do it after work? Can you do it when your mood ain't there? That's where the new you gets built. Not in the fantasy, in the follow-through. I'm 65 years old. I've watched people waste decades. And most of them didn't waste their life because they were lazy. They wasted it because they got comfortable in their frustration. That's different. They got used to being mad. They got used to complaining. They got used to saying one day. They got used to calling everything a dream while treating it like a suggestion. And they said one day so many times that one day became never. And the worst part is, they didn't even notice. I'm not gonna let that happen to you, not if you're listening to this. Not today. So rule number 4 is this. Stop measuring your life by how inspired you feel. Measure it by what you can point to. A saved dollar, a finished task, a learned skill, a cleaner space, a better habit, a decision you didn't let your mood talk you out of. Because your feelings will lie to you. Your habits will tell the truth. And if you want a different life, you need different evidence. Now, let me tell you what discipline actually looks like. Because people got it all messed up. Discipline is not waking up at 4 in the morning just to punish yourself because some stranger online told you winners suffer. That might work for somebody. But for you, it might just be punishment dressed up like productivity. And you cannot punish yourself into a better life. You build yourself into one. That's the difference. Punishment makes you feel bad. Structure makes you get better. So rule number 5 is simple. Build a block of time that belongs to your future. I call it the 90-minute exit block. Not 3 hours, not all night, not some fake routine you keep for 2 days, then quit because it was too much. 90 minutes. That's it. You gave that job 8 hours today. Give your future 90 minutes tonight. And don't play with it. From 6 to 7:30 or 7 to 8:30, whatever time works for your life, that block is sacred. Not scroll time, not vent time, not lay in the bed, and think about what you should be doing time. Build time. 15 minutes to reset. Eat something, change your clothes, take a walk, wash the day off you, clear your head. Because you can't carry the whole job into the thing that's supposed to set you free. Then 60 minutes to build. Work on the skill. Create the content. Study the lesson. Build the offer. Organize the money. Fix the website. Write the plan. Practice the thing. 60 minutes, where the future gets your full attention, not half attention, not phone in your hand attention, not TV on, in the background attention, full attention. Because that life you keep saying you want is not going to build itself while you keep checking notifications. Then 15 minutes to close. Write down what you did. Set up tomorrow's task. Clean your space. Close the laptop. Put the phone down. Shut it down with intention. That's structure. That's discipline. That's how you stop living off emotion and start living off a system. Because emotion is going to change. Some nights you're going to feel motivated. Some nights you're going to feel tired. Some nights you're going to feel like the whole thing is stupid. Good. Do it anyway. That's where the proof comes from. Not from the nights when it's easy. Anybody can show up when it's easy. Proof comes from the nights when you don't feel like it, but you show up anyway. That's when your identity starts changing. Because now you're not just the person who talks about leaving. You're the person who builds after work. You're the person who saves when you want to spend. You're the person who studies when you want to scroll. You're the person who keeps promises when nobody is watching. And when you become that person, the exit stops being a fantasy. It becomes a schedule. That's how you win. Not by waiting until you feel ready. Not by waiting until the job gets easier. Not by waiting until life stops being heavy. You win by building one disciplined night after another. So tonight, 90 minutes. No excuses. No announcement. no performance, just proof. Now here's the part nobody wants to hear. You have to protect it. That 90-minute block is not going to protect itself. Your phone is going to buzz. Your couch is going to call your name. Netflix is going to suggest something. Somebody is going to want your attention, and your own mind is going to whisper, just do it tomorrow. That's how comfort talks. It never sounds dangerous at first. It sounds reasonable. You had a long day. You deserve to relax. You can start fresh tomorrow. You can make it up this weekend. No, that's the same voice. That kept you in the same place. And I'm not saying rest is bad. Rest is necessary. But avoidance, dressed up like rest, will rob you blind. You know the difference. You know when your body needs recovery. And you know when you're just hiding. You know when you need sleep. And you know when you're scrolling. Because you don't want to face the thing. You said you were going to build. That's why you have to guard that block. Like it matters. Because it does. Put the phone in another room, turn the TV off, tell people you're not available. Set the timer, sit down, and start. Not because you feel like it, because you said you would. That's discipline. Discipline is not a mood. Discipline is not a vibe. Discipline is not waiting for the perfect night with the perfect energy and the perfect playlist. Discipline is doing the thing when your excuses still sound believable. That's the test. Not when it's easy. Not when it's cute. Not when everybody can see you. The test is what you do when nobody is watching, and quitting would be quiet. That's where most people lose. Not because they can't, because nobody checked them when they decided not to. But I'm checking you now. Stop treating your future like it can keep waiting. It cannot. Every night you give away, you don't get back. Every promise you break to yourself makes the next promise weaker. Every time you say tomorrow and mean never, you train yourself not to believe you. And that is dangerous, because once you stop believing yourself, motivation won't fix that. A new notebook won't fix that. A new routine won't fix that. A new year won't fix that. Only kept promises fix that. So protect the block, protect the hour, protect the money, protect the dream before life teaches you what neglect costs. Rule number 6, guard your discipline like your future depends on it. Because it does. Now let me say something that might sting a little bit. You might not be ready to quit. I know. You don't want to hear that. You can't stand that place. You're tired of the people. You're tired of the routine. You're tired of waking up and feeling like your whole day already belongs to somebody else. I understand that. But wanting out is not the same thing as being ready to leave. That's where people get themselves in trouble. They confuse emotion with preparation. They get mad one morning. They get disrespected one more time. They have one more bad week. And now all of a sudden, they're ready to burn the whole bridge down. No, that's not freedom. That's a reaction. And reactions will have you broke, stressed, and calling it bravery. Listen to me. Escaping is emotional. Exiting is strategic. Escaping says, I can't take this anymore. Exiting says, I'm building something that gives me options. Escaping quits broke. Exiting builds proof. Escaping wants relief. Exiting builds leverage. And leverage is what changes your life. Not the speech, not the announcement, not the dramatic walkout fantasy. keep playing in your head. Leverage, money saved, skill built, proof created, options opened. So before you storm out of that job, ask yourself the real questions. Do you have 3 months of expenses saved? Do you have a skill somebody would pay you for? Do you have one client, one customer, one piece of proof that your next thing is real? And if the answer is no, that does not mean you're stuck forever. It means you're not finished building. There's a difference. You're not trapped because you have a job. You're trapped because you don't have a plan. And I'm not saying that to shame you. I'm saying that to steady you. Because anger will make you move fast, but wisdom tells you where to step. A fool jumps because he's angry. A disciplined person builds a bridge. That bridge is savings. That bridge is skill. That bridge is proof. That bridge is consistency. That bridge is options. And every night you show up, you lay another piece down. That is how you leave with power. Not panic. Power. Because when the day finally comes, you won't have to storm out. You won't have to prove a point. You won't have to tell everybody, look what I did. You'll just leave. Quiet. Ready. Funded. Prepared. And that kind of exit hits different. Rule number 7, don't quit from emotion. Build until the proof can carry you. Now here's where it gets real simple. Right now, before this day gets loud, before the job starts pulling on you, before the world tells you who to be, I want you to decide one thing. Not 5 things, not 10 things, not a whole new life plan. That sounds good right now and disappears by Friday. One thing, that's it. One thing today that moves you closer to your exit. And don't make it dramatic. That's where people mess up. They get inspired, then try to change their whole life in one day. New routine, new budget, new workout plan, new business, new mindset, new everything. And by day 3, they're right back where they started. Why? Because they tried to build a whole house with one emotional burst. That's not discipline. That's excitement. And excitement is easy. Consistency is where people disappear. So today, I don't need you to change everything. I need you to do one thing on purpose. Maybe it's writing down every dollar you spend today. Maybe it's canceling one subscription you know you don't use. Maybe it's putting $20 away before your feelings talk you out of it. Maybe it's spending 30 minutes tonight learning the skill you've been talking about for 6 months. Maybe it's opening that savings account. Maybe it's cleaning the space where you keep saying you're going to build. Maybe it's writing the first page. Maybe it's filming the first video. Maybe it's finally putting a price on what you do. One thing. Not perfect. Not pretty. Not impressive. Finished. Because finished is what changes you. Keeps teaching your mind not to trust you. And every finished promise, even a small one, starts rebuilding that trust. That's why one thing matters, because one thing done today becomes proof. One thing done tomorrow becomes a pattern. One thing done for 30 days becomes an identity. And once your identity changes, your life has to follow. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, King Gideon, one thing ain't gonna change my life. And you're right. One thing today won't change your life. But one thing today, and one thing tomorrow, and one thing the day after that, for 30 days, for 60 days, for 90 days. That changes everything. Not because the actions are big, because the pattern is consistent. And consistency is the language your future understands. Rule number 8, stop trying to change your whole life today. Do one thing that proves you're not the same person you were yesterday. Now let me explain why proof matters so much. Because proof changes how you see yourself. You can say you're serious all day. You can say you're ready. You can say this time is different. But your mind does not believe speeches. Your mind believes evidence. That's why confidence does not come from affirmations. Confidence comes from receipts. It comes from looking at your savings account and seeing a number that wasn't there before. It comes from looking at your calendar and seeing nights where you showed up, even when you didn't feel like it. It comes from looking at your work and seeing something finished that did not exist last month. That is different. That is not motivation. That is proof. And proof will talk to you on the days motivation gets quiet, because motivation will leave. Let's be honest. Some mornings you're not going to feel powerful. Some nights you're not going to feel chosen. Some days you're not going to feel like the person you said you were becoming. But when you have proof, you don't have to depend on a feeling. You can look at what you did and remember who you're becoming. That's why you need evidence. Evidence that you saved when you wanted to spend. Evidence that you built when you wanted to scroll. Evidence that you studied when you wanted to quit. Evidence that you kept going when your old habits started calling your name. That evidence matters because every time you keep your word, you get a little stronger. Every time you finish something, you get a little harder to discourage. Every time you choose the future over the feeling, you get a little harder to recognize. And that's the point. The goal is not to impress people. The goal is to become someone your old excuses can't control anymore. That's when things start changing. Not because the world suddenly got easier, because you got harder to stop. You got harder to distract, harder to discourage, harder to pull back into the same mess. And when you become that person, people around you are going to feel it. They may not understand it. They may not clap for it. They may even get uncomfortable with it. That's fine. You're not building proof for them. You're building proof. So the next time life gets heavy, you don't collapse back into the old you. Because the old you had reasons. The new you needs results. The old you explained. The new you executes. The old you waited for the right mood. The new you moves with a system. That's the difference. And don't get it twisted. You are going to have days where you fall off. You are going to have days where you miss the block, spend too much, scroll too long, waste time you know you needed. That does not mean you failed. It means you corrected fast. No drama, no pity party, no 2-week spiral. Because you had one bad day, you get back in position. That's what disciplined people do. They don't worship perfection. They respect correction. So rule number 9 is this: build proof so strong, your excuses start sounding stupid. Because once you have evidence and you stop begging yourself to believe, you know, and knowing is stronger than hoping. Now let me give you something you can remember. Fund your exit, not wish for it, not complain about it, not talk about it every Sunday night, then wake up Monday doing the same thing. Fund it. Face the truth. U, use the paycheck. N, narrow the mission. D, discipline the exit. That's the framework. Face the truth. Stop lying about where you are. Stop making your situation sound better so you don't have to feel the weight of it. If you're broke, say that. If you're unprepared, say that. If you've been talking more than building, say that. Not to shame yourself, to locate yourself, because you cannot build a way out if you keep lying about where you're standing. That's F. Face the truth. Now, U, use the paycheck. I already told you, that job may not be the dream, but that paycheck can fund the dream. Stop letting your money disappear, then wondering why your life looks the same. Give every dollar a job. Some of it pays the bills. Some of it buys the food. Some of it gives you breathing room. But some of it needs to go toward the person you keep saying you want to become. A class, a course, a camera, a website, a savings account, a license, a certification, a tool, a book, a room, a plane ticket, whatever moves you closer. Because if your paycheck never touches your future, then your paycheck is only maintaining your present. And that's how people stay trapped. They work, they get paid, they spend, they complain, then they do it again. Same cycle, same frustration, same excuse, same life. No, use the paycheck. Now N, narrow the mission. This part is important. Some of you are not stuck because you don't have a dream. You're stuck because you have too many. You want to start the business, go back to school, build the brand, get in shape, fix your money, move cities, change careers, start posting, learn the skill, heal your life. And all of that may be real, but you cannot chase 10 doors and complain that none of them open. Pick one mission, one main target. One thing that, if you fixed it, would make the next thing easier. Maybe that's your money. Maybe that's your skill. Maybe that's your health. Maybe that's your discipline. Maybe that's finally building the thing you've been scared to commit to, but narrow it. Because focus is power, and scattered people stay tired. That's N. Narrow the mission. Now D. Discipline the exit. That means no emotional quitting, no dramatic announcements, no telling everybody your plan before the plan can stand on its own. You build quietly. You save quietly. You learn quietly. You stack proof quietly. And when it's time, the results speak louder than anything you could have posted. That's discipline. Doing the unexciting work long enough for your life to look different. Not for a week, not for a weekend, not until you get bored. Long enough. That's where people lose. They don't stay long enough. They start, they stop, they start again, they disappear. They come back inspired, they disappear again, and then they say nothing works. No, you didn't work it long enough. You didn't give the seed time to become a tree. So rule number 10 is simple. Fund your exit. Face the truth. Use the paycheck. Narrow the mission. Discipline the exit. That is how you stop dreaming about freedom and start preparing for it. Now listen to me. When you walk into that job today, walk in there different. Not loud, not bitter, not walking around telling everybody your plans. Different on the inside. Get dressed like somebody who still believes they have a future. Walk in there like somebody with a clock running, but also a plan forming. Because that job may have your hours, but it does not have to have your identity. That place may get your time, but it does not get to own your vision. You hear me? You are not staying. Not because you're quitting tomorrow. Not because you're about to do something reckless. Not because you got inspired by a video and now you want to blow your life up. No, you're not staying because every day you're building proof that you are becoming somebody different. When they're scrolling, you're studying. When they're complaining, you're planning. When they're spending to feel better, you're saving to get free. When they're calling it just another day, you're using it like another brick. That is how the shift happens. Quiet at first, small at first, unimpressive at first. Then one day, the work starts showing, the savings start showing, the skills start showing, the confidence starts showing, the way you carry yourself starts showing. And people may not know what changed, but they'll feel it because you stopped moving like somebody who was trapped and started moving like somebody under construction. That's what you are right now, under construction, not finished, not stuck, not too late, under construction. And I need you to stop being embarrassed by the building phase. Everybody wants the reveal. Nobody wants the dust. Everybody wants the announcement. Nobody wants the quiet nights. Everybody wants the freedom. Nobody wants the discipline. That buys it. But that is the price. And if you pay it, one day, you're going to walk out of that building for the last time. And it won't be because you snapped. It won't be because you got embarrassed. It won't be because you wanted to prove somebody wrong. It will be because you built something real, something ready, something funded, something that can stand when the job is gone. That is the exit. Not a dramatic door slam, not a speech in the parking lot, not a post telling everybody you're free. The real exit is when your life no longer depends, calm, on the thing you used to hate. That is freedom. And freedom is not cute. Freedom is not easy. Freedom is not comfortable at first. Freedom is responsibility. Freedom is discipline. Freedom is waking up and realizing nobody is coming to save you, but you are finally strong enough to save yourself.